Well, well, well. Guess who? Yeah, it's Greg again. Hey, it's 7:29 a.m. It's Glendale, still, California, near LA, the great LA. Here I'm going to tell you that it is possible to go out into the world in your pajamas and bathrobe. And I don't know if, let me sit back. I guess when I'm too close it changes the light. I don't know if people already do this. Well, no, I don't think many people do. And I don't know if people have contempt for it, but let's say I'm at my apartment and I live across the street from a supermarket, Whole Foods, Glendale. It's morning or evening. In the morning I'm in my pajamas, and it's possible that I anticipate being in my pajamas all day and just working on something at my apartment or recreating at my apartment. But I discover I need to buy some milk. So I have two options. I could change into my clothes, go across the street and buy the milk, and come back, and most likely I would change back into my pajamas because they're more comfortable. Or I can save myself those two changes if I just go across the street and buy the milk in my pajamas and bathrobe. In my case, even though I feel kind of silly going in public in my pajamas and bathrobe, I still would do it. I have shopped maybe 6 or 7 times at the supermarket in my pajamas and bathrobe because it saved me a couple of clothing changes, and I was willing to be different to save my effort that way. And actually it was kind of fun to go that way too. I don't know, I probably enjoy shaking up routine a little bit, and that's what it did for me. A little fresh, you know, not just the same old 7 and 6 as my grandfather used to say. And I was playing in my mind, gee, I'm in my pajamas in the supermarket, am I dreaming? Because you see, you sleep in your pajamas and dream in your pajamas. It was just a private, internal joke I was making. But I guess I could have, if it had come up, I could have made it to the cashier. I could have looked down and said, hey, I'm in my pajamas. Is this a dream? And that probably would have amused the cashier. But anyway, and I suppose if it came up, I would go other places in my pajamas and bathrobe. I'm just not self-conscious. In fact, I make most of these videos in my pajamas. This is a pajama shirt I'm wearing right now. I often make them in the morning when there's not much else going on and I haven't bathed or showered yet. But it's kind of interesting. I rarely see people go out in their pajamas and bathrobe in the U.S. Now, I put a conversation, if you probably know about the TED Talks, which come from an organization in New York City called TED, which has a website called TED.com. The TED Talks are given several times a year. The organization calls itself TED, Ideas Worth Spreading is its motto, I believe. And the TED Talks are interesting ideas, and they're given in front of an audience that pays several $1,000s in some cases to hear them, and they're cutting-edge idea people. But TED.com also has a place on the website where you can post a conversation. Well, anyone who has an account on TED, which anyone can get one very easily, can start a conversation about any topic as long as it's sort of an idea worth spreading. It's like a forum, like an online forum, But it's a little different because with TED, you have to submit the idea to TED first, a conversational idea. They screen them or filter them, and most online forums, I don't think they're like that. So TED's is probably higher quality. I mean, there's fewer topics. A lot of topics get rejected, I'm sure. I've hosted where I've introduced maybe 14 or 15 topics that got approved and went up on the TED Conversations page or pages, but I've had 14 or 15 rejected as well. So what can I say? It's a pretty high quality forum, and you can reply to anyone else's conversation. And I've had a lot of fun doing this. Many interesting ideas. If you put up your own idea, you get lots of interesting responses and critiques of your idea. Some people, if people see holes in your argument, they will point them out. You get to talk you get to talk in writing to people all over the world from many different countries, including China, which some things are closed off in China from the web, I think, but TED Conversations isn't. Although it's been interesting with our Chinese friends on TED Conversations, sometimes you want to show them something in a YouTube video, and they can't see YouTube in China, so that's a limitation. You can show YouTube videos to other people on TED Conversations, but the Chinese people, you maybe just have to describe what's in the video. But I did start a conversation. It was called "What Do You Do in Your Bathrobe and Pajamas?" and I told how I go to supermarket. And I learned that in China, the Chinese people were saying it's more common that people will go to the markets, the open-air markets and the fish markets in their bathrobe and pajamas. So it's not quite unusual there like it is in the States. In fact, I've never seen anyone else doing it in person ever. And I'm 54. I've seen it on television. A person in a situation comedy will go to market in their pajamas, but I've never seen it live. But then a Marine down near San Diego was saying that people go out and shop sometimes late at night in their bathrobe and pajamas in the markets near the Marine base. So I guess I'm not 100% unique. Anyway, it takes courage. If you live in a place where no one else does this, it does take some courage to be different. But my experience has been that no one starts howling with laughter, or they really don't even look at you too much, or pointing fingers or criticizing you. So if you have the courage to be different, if it would save you some effort, I would encourage you to have a sense of humor when you do it. If someone starts criticizing you, you could just joke, What could they criticize? They say, what, you were too lazy to get into your clothes? And you'd say, well, you could just tell them why. You could just say, well, I'm working at home today, and I live across the street. I didn't want to change, blah, blah, blah. Or you could, I don't know, just joke with them. I mean, Hugh Hefner is pretty well known for frequently being in his bathrobe and pajamas. So you could say, I'm hoping if I go out in my bathrobe and pajamas, I'll get some beautiful playmate sex, whatever, But yeah, anytime you do something different where you might be criticized, it is probably good to have a sense of humor. But anyway, if it helps you, or you just enjoy knowing that it's a possibility, you could keep it in the back of your mind. If you don't do it today, who knows, you might do it 5 years from now.